thanks for tuning into No Wine in No Time. I'm your host Dave, and today we will discuss the wine growing region of Chile. Chile is located on the southwestern coast of South America, and it is a land that is gaining notoriety on the world stage as it applies to wine, and there's good reason. This particular area has extreme diversity both climatically and also in elevation. So when we look at Chile itself, it is a country that is extremely long, 2,700 miles from north to south, but it's a country that's only 110 miles wide, so a very long, thin strip of land. Now think about this, we are in South America, that's in the southern hemisphere, so as we go from north to south, we actually get cooler. So it's much different or exactly opposite than what we have in the northern hemisphere. And Chile itself has two very unique extreme areas, one at the northern part, and that's one that's called the Atacama Desert. The Atacama Desert is the driest place on the face of the earth. There are years at a time where they don't even get a drop of rain. Obviously, we can't plant grapes where there's no water whatsoever. Then as we get into southern Chile, think now we're going towards Antarctica, southern Chile has an area called the Patagonian ice fields. So now we're in an area that's much, much too cold to cultivate grapes. So we're going to focus on the 1,000 mile area in central Chile that's perfect for grape cultivation. When the Spanish conquistadors first brought grapes here back in the 1600s, they realized that this particular land was ideal for producing great wine. Why? Well, when we look on the coastal area of Chile, we have just a little bit of a coastal mountain range, then a central valley, then the Andes Mountains occur as we start to get over towards Argentina. It is in this fertile valley that wines are produced in Chile and really reach exceptional quality. So because the wine growing region is somewhat limited, the wines are a little bit diverse. When we look at Chile as a whole, they produce 74% red wine and 26% white wine. So you can find just about every varietal in Chile itself, but they are known for one grape in particular, and they do it extremely well. And that's a grape called Carmenere. So Carmenere is one of the 6 noble grapes of Bordeaux. It is a French grape by history, but after phylloxera broke out in the late 1800s, France kind of left Carmenere by the wayside and replanted things like Cabernet Sauvignon and other varietals. But the grapevines that were transported to Chile prior to the phylloxera outbreak not only flourished in the climate in Chile, but also were used to return back to France and continue the Carmenere legacy there. So Carmenere is an interesting grape in that it has very thick skins, so it produces tannic wine with extreme color. Carmenere is one of those wines that when you drink it, you go into the bathroom and you smile in the mirror and immediately your teeth are purple. It has a lot of just inky, deep characteristics to it. So, would you like to taste one? Oh, I know I would. So the wine we have today is Marchigué. Marchigué is actually from the Colchagua Valley, so that's kind of in central Chile. And this particular wine comes from the Santa Ana vineyard. It's a 2014 vintage, so think about what that means for a second. So in the northern hemisphere, we're going to pick our grapes in September, October, somewhere in that time frame. But in the southern hemisphere, they pick in what would be traditionally our spring. So they're picking in April or May. So a 2014 really is a 2013 and a half if we think about it in terms of North American vintages. So let's take a look at this particular wine. Because it's Carmenere, I absolutely can't see through it at all. It is completely opaque, very, very dark purple, almost bordering on black, which is because of the the high phenolic compounds in the Carmenere itself. So if we swirl it to liberate some of the aromas, I get a beautiful spicy persona, almost a little bit of incense and pepper, almost a vegetal nature of it too. I'm kind of getting asparagus, green beans, and on the fruity side, I'm getting blueberries, a really heavy aroma of blueberries, which is really quite beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and taste the wine. When Carmenere rolls across the palate, it kind of enters with some little bit of blackberry, cassis, maybe some slight cherry type flavors. It almost enters in the mouth a little bit on the sweet side, and you think, wow, this is different. When it rolls mid-palate, beautiful acidity from the high elevation grape growing region here in Chile. Good diurnal temperature swings, good acidity in the wine. But when it hits the backside of the palate, everything balances out harmoniously, and we have a wine that is fruity, acidic, but yet tannically structured. Really exceptional. So what would you pair a Carmenere with? Because of the tannic structure of it, I prefer to use it with every type of grilled meat. So that could be from lamb to steak to even some pork chops. Really exceptional. There's something about the smoky nature of a barbecued piece of meat and pairing it with a Carmenere. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this bottle of wine. Please tune in next time, and soon you'll know wine in no time.